Take a slow breath in. Allow your attention to settle. Let the pace of your thoughts slow slightly. Now imagine you are in a conversation about an idea that is still taking shape. It might be a partnership, a strategy discussion, or an opportunity that both sides are exploring. The discussion feels thoughtful. People are asking questions. Different aspects of the idea are being examined. Then one person asks a question that sounds simple. They ask about the timeline, or the resources involved, or how quickly the idea could be implemented. The question appears practical, yet something about it catches your attention. It feels less like a request for information and more like a signal. You pause and observe the moment. In many conversations, questions serve more than one purpose. Sometimes they gather information, but sometimes they reveal priorities. The way a question is asked often shows what matters most to the person asking it. A question about timing may signal urgency. A question about risk may signal caution. A question about flexibility may signal uncertainty. The words themselves are simple, but the signal behind them can be meaningful. Instead of answering quickly, you take a moment to consider the intention behind the question. Then you respond calmly. That's an interesting point. What part of that feels most important from your perspective? The question shifts the conversation. The person begins explaining why the issue matters to them. Perhaps the timeline connects to another project. Perhaps the resources affect their team's capacity. Perhaps the uncertain influences how they evaluate the opportunity. As they speak, the meaning behind the question becomes clearer. You listen carefully. Then you ask another question. If we address that point well, how would it change how you see the opportunity? Now the conversation becomes more focused. Instead of exchanging information, both sides begin understanding the incentive shaping the discussion. The structure of the interaction becomes visible. Take another slow breath. Notice how the situation feels different now. At first, the question seemed like a small detail, but once the intention behind it became visible, the conversation gained clarity. You recognize something important about moments like this. In many strategic conversations, signals often appear through questions rather than statements. And the person who listens carefully for those signals often understands the situation more clearly than someone who only hears the words themselves.